Hello,
Hello,
I'm Axelsims,
and I'm secondary character.
and today we are reading a Homestuck fanfic.
A Homestuck fan fiction
Yes.
by who's it by?
Blinded
Blinded
Marquise.
Marquise.
I just said that.
I
You
just said
jerk.
that. You jerk.
Really?
Really?
Anyway, this. A lot of people were okay. Well, if you watched the Act React video and you noticed that I, really didn't take. I was more horrified than anything. Well, maybe that's not the right word. Just I couldn't take anything seriously, and well, I mean, I never really take anything seriously when it comes
What
to that
Axel Sims
genre.
trying to say is, it wasn't the fact that he was horrified by what he was hearing. It was that it just wasn't
This fanfic is
comfortable.
this fanfic is why. The reason why is because this fanfic is the main reason why I cannot get into Homestuck of any of Homestuck darker side, I guess you could say. I don't know. Fandom dark.
He can't get into the porn of Homestuck like the rest of
Yeah. This is why. The name of this fanfic is Rainbow Orgy.
Woo! Sorry.
Obviously, even based on the title, not safe for work. Warnings, even though it doesn't have any tags, is bondage, bloodletting, water sports, and orgy, I guess. I mean, you could already figure that one out. So, yeah. And this is not, it's not like you have to know the characters to be thrown off by this, but it definitely does make things worse. And there's also one part in particular that doesn't really make any sense unless you understand the whole thing, and that means you've read it. So, in order to save confusion, if you haven't read Homestuck, why haven't you? You probably shouldn't watch this video.
But if you do watch this video and you haven't read Homestuck, this gives you more incentive to read Homestuck.
This is not incentive to read Homestuck. This is incentive not to read Homestuck. Regardless, it's not a bad fanfic or badly written. It's just definitely not for certain people, including me. Because I don't know about you, but
the mailman's outside. The mailman. Sorry.
You are so fucking batshit crazy. I just wanted you to know this. And I love you.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Why are you naked?
I'm not.
Yes, you are. I can see you right now. You're naked as all fuck.
You know, the camera's on, right?
Oh. Well,
they can kind of see what I'm wearing.
I just ruined it.
Yeah, I know, right? Ain't that a shame?
Oh. Love you.
Love you too. Short description. For a while, Aridin and Trezzy have been planning a little surprise, and now that Vriska has passed out on her computer, this is the perfect time for them to execute their plan.
Well, ha 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 ha.
And you think that, from that title, you really wouldn't expect what comes up. Regardless.
Oh, no, you expect what comes up. I'm sorry. Let's just read the fan fiction.
I'm half tempted to do this in a Sean Connery voice, but I'm not going to.
Sean Connery.
Oh God, how she regretted staying up all night. Her eyes were drooping, and her head was sinking lower slowly, before shooting back up as she realized she was nodding off. Damn it, why had she let John talk her into drinking one of those strange canned drinks that humans use to prevent sleep? She was sure paying for her poor choice now. Now, I didn't really catch this the first time, but how the hell did they do this? I mean, John is literally on a different entire planet of existence.
Hun. It's fanfiction. You're questioning fanfiction. I've told you to stop doing this. Fanfiction is in its own tiny little world. where
Right,
anything is
right. I keep
possible.
forgetting that. Well, you know, I mean, they mentioned that apparently he would be there. You think he would join in on this, but whatever. It didn't take more than 10 minutes before she passed out completely on her keyboard. Her face smashed down several keys, and the letters appeared on the screen, the N repeating over and over. The small boom startled Kanaya as she glanced over at the passed out teenager. This doesn't make anything better. It really did amaze her how Vriska could stay asleep after hitting her face on the black surface. She snuck out of her chair and over to Trezzy, having promised to tell the Libra if said Scorpio ever was in a state as she was currently.
Terezi, it seems that Vriska has fallen asleep.
We are not doing voices for this.
I am true to my word here. I am telling you.
We are not doing voices for this. This
Too
is
late.
not... No.
Too late.
I'm not doing voices for this.
All right, that's your choice. I'm going to do voices because I think it's funny.
Said the soft-spoken Virgo. A wide smirk spread the teal lips coated in black lipstick. Sharp teeth exposed as a faintly sly laugh escaped from Red Glare's descendant's mouth.
Is she really?
I just... no. Asked Terezi, as she pulled...
I have to contribute. If I'm going to be here, I have to contribute, or else what's
As
the
she
point?
turned her head towards Kanaya to better smell the expression the other girl was wearing. Still unsure of exactly why Terezi wanted to know such a thing, Kanaya felt a little uneasy as she nodded her head. Why was she smiling then?
Because Terezi's always smiling.
No, I meant Kanaya.
Oh, I don't know. Fuck it.
Without hesitation, Terezi pulled out a pair of handcuffs from under her computer and made her way over to Vriska, giving Eridan the signal to follow her. Both of them made their quiet approach towards the passed-out Scorpio, taking a hold of their other friend's attention as Eridan slipped the gray jacket off of Vriska's body. As her arms moved to slide out, Vriska groaned tiredly, yes.
Mom, nah, no, my clothes are clean.
This doesn't make sense. They don't have parents, first of all, but...
You're the spider mom.
True. You think that'd be something Kanaya would say, though?
Spider mom does whatever Spider mom does.
It's not the point. The point is I don't want to keep
every
reading.
meal. I don't know where I was going with this. Watch out for Spider Mom.
Eridan then proceeded to remove her shirt from her body and causing her to stir more. Yet her eyes were still shut tight. The Aquarius unclapped the bra that covered Vriska's body and tossed the undergarment to the floor carelessly. Her breasts was not very large, but they were soft and plush nonetheless. Plush? That's kind of a spot. His hands gripped her firmly, and he began to roll them gently before Trezzy weaseled between the two bodies.
Let me fucking get the cuffs on her first.
She snapped as she grabbed Vriska's wrists and trapped them in the tight little circle of the handcuffs. They were secured with a click which awoke the prisoner, because that makes sense. The one little thing wakes her up.
Well, you know, my brother, you used to be able to mess with him in his sleep. I could just, poke him all night in his sleep, and he wouldn't feel it. But then, I went in there, and I tried to paint his hair pink, and I took the cap off of the thing, and the sound actually woke him up, so...
Are you really talking about your brother?
Shut up, I miss him.
You are so giving incest vibes.
You do it too.
You are so giving off incest vibes like no other.
No, oh god.
Just saying. I'm sorry. We're talking about this fanfic. We're reading this fanfic, which is so much.
Hey, Axelsims. You know what? Fuck you.
Fuck you too. You know.
At least I got chicken.
I want chicken.
Can't have,
What?
I said, you can't have motherfucking chicken.
Oh, fuck you then. Vriska's wary eyes opened, and she was horrified to see her breasts exposed, and Eridan, who had moved between her legs, undoing her pants and pulling them down along with her, yeah.
Say
There's
it.
just panties.
Ha! What the fuck are you doing?
She screamed, instantly wide awake and fighting against the steel, holding her hands behind her back. A grin was wide on both Terezi and Eridan's lips. Terezi managed to position herself between Vriska and force her down onto her knees, even though I thought she... Oh, okay. The sea dweller stepped forward and let his own hand slide down beneath his butt cheeks, with his boxers settling in the same spot. His cock was already rock hard and leaking a small amount of pre-cum from the tip. Vriska's face was flooded with blue tint. Her hair was seized by Emperor's hand as he pressed the tip of his penis against her lips, which she immediately closed, gritting her teeth and shaking her head in refusal of what she knew he wanted. I cannot read this normally. I'm sorry. I have to do this, like, weird. I really want to do Sean Connery. I'm not gonna lie. I would do Morgan Freeman, but I don't have a Morgan Freeman impression. And my Sean Connery impression is
Freeman
terrible
reading
anyway.
a story like this. Could you imagine?
Open your mouth, Frisk, he said firmly, with his elegance remained as a coat over his toe, while he rubbed his cock fins against her bottom cock fins. I did not catch that the first time I read this. Cock fins?
Cock fins. What are cock fins? I must look this up.
She protested by shaking her head again, and her eyes wide as her eyebrows descended above them to show her distaste for this.
Open your mouth, Vriska,
teased Terezi as she knelt behind the girl, her hands finding Vriska's breasts and squeezing them. Vriska couldn't help but hold back the moan that hummed in the back of her throat from the pleasure, but the moment her nipples were pinched, her mouth opened and Eridan quickly thrust into her mouth while the opportunity was available. He groaned in pleasure as her mouth was wrapped around his length. Fuck, Frisk, your mouth is so hot. Slowly he moved her head back and forth, using her hair to control the speed of how deep his cock slid into her mouth. His mouth, hanging open faintly while his cheeks were bright violet in color. Color. Like, we haven't even... Her eyes were wide as she started to suck his shaft, the previously mentioned cock fins rubbing the tip of her mouth and tickling the ridges.
I can look up what cock fins are. Is that a legit thing?
I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure this is just not a thing. Why are we reading this?
Cockfins is a real place. It is a sports bar.
Oh boy. And, yeah, tickling the ridges that ran horizontally along the point. She started to control her head herself as she felt the fingers of Terezi rolling her nipples between them. Vriska was so sure that she was wet between her legs by this point, there was no way she couldn't be. Eridan's cock in her mouth and Terezi's hands fondling her small breasts. Suspicion was confirmed with a curious Gamzee. Oh,
God. Honk honk, motherfucker.
Wandered over to the three of them, settling himself down on his knees next to Vriska as he reached between her legs, his finger running over her lubricated slit and gathering up her blue juices from between her lower set of lips. Holy shit, this motherfucker is so soaking wet, he announced loudly as he rubbed his fingers over her clit, earning a moan of mixed pleasure and shock shot through Vriska's veins from the contacts. A couple of onlookers giggled or laughed at Gamzee's comment, their faces all flushed as they watched their friends giving such an erotic show. Equius was trying to cover Nepida's eyes, but she forced him away from her so she could see like everybody else.
Are you okay?
No, I don't want to read this. Vriska was shocked.
Tell me when you're ready to give up.
Can I give up now?
Whenever you want to, darling.
But for the fans, they must know. Oh my god, this is so just... I don't want to keep reading. Because I know what's coming.
Are you going to give up? Abscond or advance, pupa?
Vriska was shocked when Aridin groaned louder than before, and her mouth was filled with his purple seed as it was released from the tip of his penis. He pulled himself back and forced her mouth shut so there was no way to get rid of it other than to swallow it down. She hesitated, but soon started to gulp down the warm, sticky seed. Deep inside of her body, she could feel it pile up in her stomach, leaving a surprisingly satisfying feeling in her system. Aridin reached down and picked Vriska. Oh god, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Carrying her to one of the windows between two computers, and he sat down on the computer before setting her down so that he can slowly recover length was between her. The blood started to flow inside of his cock again. Once it was bright violet, throbbing and firm, Aridin lifted Vriska up and lowered her down onto his length. Her lips spread wide to accommodate his thick member. Her hymen struggled a bit at the tip of the cock, was pushing against it. A thin piece of skin tore open and a collected amount of blood spilled down from inside of her body, the blue fluid running down Aridin's shaft.
Are you ready to give up? Do I win yet?
You won already. I don't want to do this. Can we stop?
You can stop whenever you want to.
You made me read this once. Why are you making me read it again?
Oh, because I love watching you squirm.
I'm squirming. I am. How much time are we at? Can we stop?
I don't know. How much time are we at?
We're stopping. We're at 17 minutes in, apparently. Holy crap.
I guess this is one fanfic Axelsims will just say that he failed at.
Fuck you. I don't want to read this.
Alright, you can give up. You're more than welcome to give up.
You are so mean and I hate you.
I know. That's why you're my Christmas bride.
I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do
this. Are you giving up? Are you tapping out?
I'm giving up. Nope, I'm done. I can't do it. I'm done.
You see, now I have no morals. I could probably finish the rest of this.
That's nice, but no. It's 18 minutes in. I'm already just out of the... I'm just no. I am already out of the recording mood. I'm just... No, I'm done. I'm Axelsims.
And then I'm secondary character, and this has been an attempt to read Rainbow Orgy.
We might try it again later when I have the sanity. Or lack of, maybe. I cannot believe